It always starts the same way, a knock at the door. Or a tap on the car window. You look up at the children standing there. Alone, in the dark, something is wrong immediately. You feel it before you understand it. They want to come in. And every instinct you have is screaming the same thing. Do not let them in. The first widely reported encounter dates to 1996. A journalist named Brian Bethel was sitting in his car at night in Abilene, Texas. Boys approached his window. Approximately 10 and 14 years old, they spoke in a flat, emotionless voice. They needed a ride home. They were scared. They just wanted to get inside the car. Bethel reached for the door handle. Then he looked at their eyes, completely black. No whites, no pupils, no reflection. He drove away without opening the door. He posted his account online that same night. Within weeks, dozens of people responded. With identical experiences, different cities. Different countries. Same children. Same eyes. Same request. Lead US in. The encounters follow a pattern that has never changed across 30 years of reports. The children always appear in pairs. They always approach alone at night. They always ask permission to enter a car, a house, a room. They never force their way in. This detail has fascinated researchers for decades. Whatever these entities are, they apparently cannot enter without being invited. In 2012, a woman in rural Oregon reported 2 black-eyed children knocking on her door at 3 a.m. She did not open the door. The next morning she found 2 sets of small handprints on her front window, pressed from the outside. The glass was cracked from the inside. She moved out of the house within the week. The new owners reported the same knock. 3 months later, those who have made the mistake of opening the door report similar consequences. Unexplained illness beginning within days of the encounter, electronic devices failing permanently, an overwhelming sense of being watched that never fully goes away. One man in Scotland who invited 2 black-eyed children inside his home spent 3 weeks in hospital afterward. He described the feeling as having something hollow replace him from inside. In 2018, a nurse at a children's hospital in Portland filed an internal report. 2 children had been admitted with no identification and no accompanying adults, completely black eyes. No medical explanation found. They spoke only once during their 3-day stay. To a patient in the next room. That patient, a 67-year-old man recovering from surgery, was found unresponsive the following morning. The 2 children were gone. No record of their discharge exists. Paranormal researchers have proposed dozens of explanations. Interdimensional beings, demonic entities requiring invitation. To cross a threshold, government experiments, mass hysteria. None of them explain the consistency. 30 years. Hundreds of reports to multiple countries, the same children, the same eyes, the same request. The most unsettling detail is not the black eyes. It is the invitation requirement. Every culture on Earth has legends about entities that cannot cross a threshold without permission. Vampires, demons, jinn, they all share one rule. You have to let them in. The black-eyed children are not new. They are very, very old, and they have been knocking on doors for much longer than 30 years. Tonight, if you hear a knock at your door, and you open it to find 2 children standing there alone in the dark, look for utso your single word. Because the moment you say come in, the moment you say yes, whatever happens next is no longer their fault. It is yours. Subscribe to Stygmor. If you dare